Hello, everyone. Happy New Year, and welcome to another exciting episode of Tech Talk with Divit. Hey, today on the show, we have a former athlete, a golfer, a coach, and a very fun person. Please welcome Larry Wells. Hi, Larry. Welcome to my show, Tech Talk with Divit. How are you doing?
Good, Divit. How are you? Good to see you.
I'm doing great. Can't wait to party, man. I'm just ready for 31st.
I have my glasses, but honestly, I realized after I bought the glasses, it was going to be tough wearing them because I can't see much without my regular glasses. So I'll put them on temporarily, but I'm going to have to set them to the side. So
They look great. Hey, you
great.
just attended your son's wedding. How was it?
Boy, we had a great time. I'll tell you what, he picked a beautiful spot. We actually had what's called a destination wedding, and spent some time a long weekend in Colorado, out by Vail, a place called Beaver Creek. Beautiful, beautiful spot. Nice snow on the ground, pictures. Very cold, I might add, but it was really a beautiful time. So thanks for asking. Yeah, it was really
Nice.
great.
Nice. That's great. So I know you do a lot of golf, and you are a former athlete. I don't think so a lot of people know about that. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, sure. Actually, I spent as a young lad in New Jersey. I played a lot of sports, and I was particularly focused on baseball. And when it was time to graduate high school, I was actually recruited by a Division I baseball team in New Jersey, Monmouth University, if you've ever heard of it, anyway. And I got a scholarship to play baseball, and once I was through with that, I played semi-professional baseball for probably about 10 years as a
Wow.
player coach for some years. I had tryouts with the Pittsburgh Pirates, Cincinnati Reds, and a few others. But yeah, so I spent a lot of time on the baseball field, really enjoyed it. Didn't quite get to the big show, but it sure was a fun experience.
But you coach now as well, right? So you do a bit
Yeah, I did. I so much enjoyed being on the field, and my kids. I have 5 kids, by the way, 4 boys and a girl, and my boys were all very active, as was my daughter, in athletics, and I had a great opportunity to help them, teach them. Whether it was baseball, basketball, or football, soccer, whatever it was. And when I could, it's always difficult with my job, but when I could, I actively coached and had a great time. We just so many important lessons that were learned along the way. Honestly, I correlate sports and coaching with actually coaching even my team, right? There are a lot of very common threads on how to lead and motivate, and what it's like to get people on the same page and for the same goals and hopefully win, right?
Yeah.
So it was good. It was good. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Nice. That's good. That's good
Yeah.
to know. Hey, by the way, I'm curious about your org. Can you tell me a little about your role at Oracle, about your organization,
Sure.
how you are aligned with sales, and how
You
to
bet.
drive success within our
You
teams,
bet.
our customers?
Yeah. I sure would. Yeah, that's thank you for asking. So first of all, just sort of roll back a bit. So a little bit about me. I mean, I've been with Oracle now about 23 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've been in the IT industry for, I dare say, longer than that, probably closer to 40 years. Started out like many, I started out as a developer and came up through the Bell system, the old Bell, the Bell Laboratories, in fact. And then came to Oracle in the late 90s, and actually left for a little bit. For the most part, been with Oracle for the last 23 years. To me, it's the best job in the world. You can stay technical, but you're also interfacing with people and customers. So you kind of have the best of both worlds. So I can use a little bit of my business background with my technical background, and I get to interface with people. The team that I lead today, and I've led a number of teams at Oracle, the one that we're leading today, a couple of years ago, we made a pretty significant change in our approach. Obviously, cloud is such an important topic for everybody,
Right.
and we took it very seriously, 8 or 9 years ago, and put a lot of effort into our cloud initiatives. And what happened though was, I think some of our focus might have been derailed a bit on our existing customer base, who were still using quite a bit of our licenses, and we wanted to be sure that we didn't lose focus, because honestly, the way I see it is, our current customers, our customers who are currently thinking about going to the cloud, are our next cloud customers, right? So we wanted to be sure that everything that they were doing was sound, they were getting value out of their investments. And so when they were ready to move to the cloud, they were still very happy with Oracle, and they would naturally move those workloads to Oracle, right? So we divided the team up at the time to be very specifically focused on cloud, and another team very specifically focused on license, which is the team that I took on. We are a team of enterprise architects who build solutions, and we also have a team that's very focused on very specific, specialized depth in a product area, like security or analytics and that kind of thing. So we have people who generally are aligned to accounts who are building large enterprise architecture solutions. And when they need to bring in subject matter expertise, they bring in folks from that team, and they come in and help with the opportunity to help build the solution with them. So that's pretty much the way we're designed. We've probably got about 100 enterprise architects. The rest are focused on specialization with product lines, and in between the two, we come together and serve our customers. Now, if you look at our sales organization, very much the same. We are very much aligned with all the key sales organizations in license, whether it's working with the large enterprises all the way down to the small to medium business world, as well as some of our key ISVs. So that's kind of the way we're designed.
Wow, that's really good to know.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I'm curious about one thing. So recently, I've seen there's a lot of big push to have our customers move to 19C.
Oh yeah.
19C database. Can you tell us more about that program and benefits you see for our customers?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you for that. Listen, anytime you do any kind of migration, I often say, even if I'm doing the latest upgrade on my phone, I'm always a little uncomfortable, right? You see that upgrade, you're going, boy, I'm going to apply that. I sure hope it works. It doesn't break anything, and it continues to work. And I think our customers obviously feel the same way when they're doing any kind of upgrade. There's always a little bit of risk and uneasiness with that. And so what happens is, you get into a situation where they say to themselves, well, if it's not broken, let's not touch that, kind of thing. And that's okay. But the problem that arises is that a 1 year turns into two turns into 5, and then before you know it, you're 8 or 9 years behind. And so Oracle, as a great supporter of all of our customers, we do support versions that are older than the current version. But realistically, we can't continue to upgrade and enhance the older versions, that are 4 or 5 revs back. So over time, we retire those. And we get to a point where we put products in what we call sustaining support, which means that if there are issues or problems, we are not going to proactively fix things and send out patches and all that, and typically not going to enhance the product itself. So you're running a bit of a risk. There might be some security flaw. There might be some other defect in there that just physically that just can't get fixed, and so you're exposed as a customer. And the interesting thing is, if the customers think about their own data, but many times they're housing the data of their customers. So they have a responsibility for their customers to make sure that they're on the releases that don't have any of that exposure. And in addition to that, there's all kinds of innovations. I think there's been over 800 innovations in the latest release from, say, 12.2 to 19C. So you think it's close to 800. Now, not all of them are big, widely publicized, enhancements, but there are an awful lot. And you think about some of the great things that we're doing around machine learning, as an example, all the automation that we've built into our product, that's in 19C that's not in the prior releases, you're missing out, and you really need to take advantage of that innovation. So it's really twofold. You want to make sure you're on a product that's fully supported, and you want to be able to take advantage of all the great new innovations. And the other thing about the program is we're working with our sales teams to make sure that they're working very closely with our consulting organization, who has a number of programs to make sure that the migrations from the older versions to the latest versions go quite smoothly. And so, we think with the help of consulting and the customer, we can get you to 19C as quickly as possible, and make sure the migration goes as smoothly as possible.
All right, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I have one more question though. So I know that many of our go-to-market teams are focused on industry solutions, right? What are you doing in your org to align to industry?
Yeah, thanks. That's good. That's good. Industry is absolutely key to our go forward strategy. And if you look at outside of my world in license, most of Oracle is organized by industry, right? We've got the global business units. If you look at the cloud organization, very much aligned. Listen, I've been responsible for industry groups in the past, and it's so important for the customers to know that you're building solutions for their specific industry. Each industry has their own business problems and initiatives that they're trying to solve. And so we need to help them do that. And not only with current situations, but give them the tools to build new solutions for some of their newer innovations as well, and some of the new services that they'll be providing. So the important thing we're doing in our group is we too are doing industry solutions, particularly on the analytics side. As an example, what better way to show our analytics products than to go into, say, a retailer to show them an analytics demonstration using retail data and a retail use case. I mean, it just makes sense. Yeah, if you just do a generic demo, it doesn't make, it's okay, but you really need to make it real for the customer. And the other thing that we're doing is we're working on lots of different use cases, as well as architectural reference architectures rather, for specific industries. So there might be something very specific for banking that we teach our architects, that they can then go to their financial services or banking customers to say, hey, we've got this great reference architecture that we think we could use in your situation. So those are the kind of things we're doing. It is the way forward, in my personal opinion. I think industry focus, being able to talk the language that our customers talk to us about the industry they're in, is a super important asset that I think we could bring to the table if we strengthen that. Yeah.
I have the best use cases, right? So
yeah, so those are the kind of things we're doing. We're going to continue to do that going forward. But I think it's going to look, at the end of the day, it's all about our customers. We want to make sure our customers know that when we come in to talk to them, that they trust us, that they know that we understand their business, and that we're here to help them solve some of their problems. So that's what it's really all about. Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's some great knowledge. I mean, thank you enough for sharing all the insights.
Sure, good.
Hey, it's been fun, and I can't wait to party and probably do this.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I mean, I think, look, the great news is that at Oracle, as everybody knows, we have some time off in between the holidays, and so for that, I know that I personally am looking forward to a little bit of downtime and relaxation. And I have 7 grandkids. We intend to spend some time with them, and my own kids are in the area. New Year's will likely be a quiet night for me. I think we'll probably go out and have a nice dinner, and maybe just come home and have a quiet night with my wife. But we're really looking forward to just kind of relaxing, recharging. We have an exciting second half at Oracle. We got a lot to do between now and then, but it's a good time to recharge and get ourselves ready for an exciting.
I have one more question for you.
Yes, sir.
Any New Year resolutions?
Well, everybody's always got the weight loss thing and so forth. I would say that, look, um, I probably could do a whole lot better job around a few things, right? One would be, I could probably do a little better job of exercising. I unfortunately, like many of us, this is where I spend a lot of my time, and I need to make an effort to make sure that I'm getting up, getting away from the Zoom, and doing a little more exercise, walking, taking some extended breaks just for my own, mental and physical well-being. And yeah, who knows? I'll probably watch a little bit what I eat. I could probably stand to lose a couple pounds as well, I suppose.
Health is a real wealth, right? So
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
all
Okay.
right, Larry. I mean, thank you so much for sharing
My
your
pleasure.
knowledge. It's been really fun talking to you. Have
Awesome.
a great year ahead, and I really look forward to working with you.
Tremendous. Thank you very much. I appreciate the time, and happy holidays. Happy New Year.
Thank you, Larry.